Sunday students and to all our online viewers. Welcome sa ating new episode of LAKBAY ARAL tungo sa Tagumpay. And for today's video, we will have a live streaming discussion about the 21st century teachers. But before that, I will invite you all sa ating YouTube channel, Teacher Chan. And for our today's discussion, I have here my co-teachers from different schools. We have Miss Jename Marapon, Miss Jovelyn O, and Miss Saireen Antipuesto. Hi teachers! I guess everyone is ready. Let's start the discussion of the 21st century teachers. For our first topic, the changing global landscape for teachers. The 21st century teacher, according to McMakin 2014, the image of century teachers is due to emergence of social web and technology-driven classrooms. There are a lot of expectations from teachers in the technology-driven 21st century society. Teachers of 21st century have taken in account the needs of their students and prepared them to meet the challenges of future.
What's new about 21st century competencies? Changing times are transforming the nature of competencies that have been valuable throughout history, such as communication and collaboration. The nature of collaboration, for example, is evolving, requiring an increasingly sophisticated set of competencies. Thus, even though perennial in nature, collaboration is worthy of inclusion as 21st century skills because the importance of cooperative interpersonal capabilities is higher. The skills involved are more sophisticated than in the prior industrial era.
Thank you, Teacher Jen. The changing global landscape for 21st century skills for teachers. Globalization has created opportunities for nations to become interdependent. Through new information and communication, walls have been broken between countries and allowed the smooth transfer of skills, knowledge, and values. First, the new learning environment. Teacher Jovelyn.
The new learning environment we have learner-centered. Learners are center of learning process. Teachers are facilitators and teachers teach for understanding. And next we have spaces and borderless. In this 21st century, the new spaces and borderless is effective in learning for the students. They can freely discover and solve problems. And next we have the use of ICT. Teachers use the ICT in new learning environment to support traditional learning methods. For example, information retrieval, in which students are passive learners of knowledge instead of active producers able to take part in the learning process.
Another one is the new learning contents. We have first is the integrated or interdisciplinary. Integrated instruction helps teachers better utilize instructional time and look deeper into subjects through a variety of content-specific lens. So the benefit of interdisciplinary teaching is that students have a chance to work with multiple sources of information. The second, we have the demand-driven. So demand-driven in the new learning content adapts to the needs of the learner, and the employer focus more strongly than ever on ensuring graduates are job ready and have access to rewarding careers over the course of their lifetimes. Third, we have the emphasis on learning tools and how to retrieve knowledge. In this 21st century, it is easy for the teacher to retrieve the students' learning or the previous lesson. Technology play important tool to retrieve the knowledge of the students. Next, we have balance of specific, technological, cultural, global, and local concept. Teacher in the 21st century in teaching new learning content know how to balance to be effective teacher.
So, the new process of learning and how this will be facilitated, we have face-to-face, learners and teachers are confined in the same learning space at the same time. Distant learning, teaching learning is mediated by modules or modern technology. See blended modalities, face-to-face and distance learning, experiential and lifelong learning. Learners are immersed into the real-life situation such that learning becomes more authentic and meaningful.
Next is the new types of learners. We have, first, flexible and adaptive. In these 21st century learners, they can do multitasking skills for being flexible and adaptive in the new learning. Letter B, initiates and self-redirected. Set goals by themselves, commitment to learning as a lifelong process. And the last one, have social and cross-cultural skills, respected cultural differences, and work effectively with others, open-minded.
The new type of teachers. The 21st century teacher looks forward to the future. They are aware of the ever-changing trends in technology. So now, let's take a look at a few key characteristics of 21st century teachers. First, we have use-board pedagogies, skillful in use of assessment, great understanding of local and global cultures, skillful in action research, practice the core values of inspiring teachers.
What does it mean to be a teacher in the 21st century? The word is often bandied about the media. What does a 21st century teacher look like? Other from being up to date on the latest classroom technology.
The teacher of the 21st century looks ahead to the future. They are aware of the ever-changing technological trends and are anticipating what the future may hold for education. A smart 21st century teacher is aware of the job prospects that will be available to their pupils in their next years, and is constantly advocating for forward-thinking and planning to guarantee that no kid is left behind.
How about the reasons why it is increasingly important to focus on the 21st century competencies?
Changes in the workforce from an industrial model of production to a rapidly transforming, technology-driven, and interconnected globalized knowledge economy. Such an economy requires competencies suited to dynamic and unpredictable models of economic and social development and changing expectations of the part of learners.
Very well said, teachers. And for further information about the competencies of the 21st century teachers, now let's move on to our next topic, the 21st century teacher competencies or standards. According to Panilio 2007, as part of the changes of the role of the school and education will be also different both in the educational system and the society. Together with them, the role of teachers will also be changed. The 21st century teacher needs to be prepared to provide technology-supported learnings, opportunities for their students, and must know how technology can support students' learning.
Yes, Teacher Chan. The UNESCO 21st Century Approach to Education Reform, which is based on human capacity development, is applied to the 6 components of the education system, namely policy, curriculum, pedagogy, information and communication technologies or ICTs, organization, and the teacher training.
In addition to that, the following are expected 21st century teachers' competencies. First, technology literacy. Second, knowledge deepening. Third, knowledge creation.
Now let's see the expected 21st century competencies based on UNESCO. The first one, on policy. Teachers must be aware and practice these policies. Teachers must be have the deep knowledge of the national policies and social priorities. And lastly, the teacher must understand the intention of the national policies and be able to contribute to the discussion of the education reform policy.
On curriculum and assessment, teachers must have firm knowledge of the curriculum and assessment of a subject, must have deep knowledge of the subject they teach, and know about the complex cognitive thought process.
The third one on pedagogy, teacher must know when, where, and how to use technology in the classroom, activities, presentation, and etc. Have the skills to help students create, implement, and monitor project plans. And the rule is to overtly model learning processes, structure situations in which students apply their cognitive skills, and assist students in their acquisition.
Now, we have on ICT. So teacher must be well versed with basic software and hardware operations. So different applications, web browsing, and etc. So teachers be aware of a variety of subject-specific tools and must be able to design ICT-based knowledge communities.
On organization and administration, teachers must be able to use technology with the whole class, small groups, and individual activities to assure equitable access. Must be able to create flexible classroom environment and should be able to play a leadership role in training colleagues.
And the last one, on teacher professional development, teacher must have the technological skill and knowledge of web resources necessarily to improve project matter expertise. Must have the skills and knowledge to create and manage complex projects, collaborate with other teachers, and have the ability to inclination to experiment.
Thank you, teachers. To end this panel discussion, may I request each of you to give your insights from the topic we have discussed today. Anyone?
Sir, 21st century competencies are associated with growth in cognitive, interpersonal, and intrapersonal domains. Competencies related to local, global, and digital citizenship enhance individuals' ability to respond constructively in the changing of challenging circumstances.
Sir, as today world economy rapidly globalizing, also our students' learning needs. 21st century learners need to be effective as global citizens. In order to be prepared for this, they need to be educated about the different cultures and lifestyles of the world.
Sir, according to what we have discussed according to Panlilio 2012, as part of the changes, the role of school and education will also be different both in the educational system and in the society. Together with them, the role of teachers will also change. So as a 21st century teacher, we need to be prepared to provide technology-supported learning opportunities for our students.
Very well said, teachers. And that ends our discussion about the 21st century teacher. I hope new things and knowledge will be obtained by each of us and also our online viewers. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the live streaming discussion. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, Teacher Chan, and click the bell button for the Lakbay Aral Tungo sa Tagumpay updates. Hanggang sa muli, bye-bye!